I think anybody would accuse me of exaggerating if I said that the Republican primary has been contentious. And I know some people here are very happy with the outcome, very enthusiastic about voting, the prospect of voting for Trump in November. And I know some people here are less happy with the outcome and are looking around for an alternative of someone to vote for in November. Just want to say there is an alternative out there. Gary Johnston, the former governor of New Mexico, was nominated as the Libertarian Party candidate last weekend, and Memorial Day weekend, a week back. And you may have heard that the Libertarian Party is going to be on the ballot in all 50 states. This is not necessarily true. Every state has its own process that it has to go through. Here in Massachusetts, we have to do a petition drive and get 10,000 signatures in order to get a non-major party candidate on the ballot. If you're interested, if you're in that group that looking for an alternative, I have some petitions here. If you want to get with me after the meeting and sign this, I'd be very grateful. If you're in the Trump group, a couple things to keep in mind. I haven't seen polls on this, but it's quite possible the voter makeup being what it is here in Massachusetts, Johnson could pull more votes from Hillary than from Trump. Something to think about. So it could be in your best interest to have Johnson on the ballot, even if you're not going to vote for him. The other thing to keep in mind is, as we all know, because we in the Tea Party are very well versed in the Constitution, it's not actually the president who's on the ballot. It's electors for the president, the people who will be in the electoral, or candidates to be in the Electoral College. I am an elector for Gary Johnston, so even if you don't like him, maybe you like me and want to put it on the ballot. So that's all I've got to say about that. Yeah,
one thing before you introduce Loren. 2 points of clarification, or one or 2 points of clarification. For the Common Core ballot, because we need to take those signatures, get them certified in each town clerk, there has to be one signature sheet per town. Now, in your process, are you required to have one signature sheet per town?
Same thing, one signature sheet per town. Before you sign, let me give you the right sheet.
Okay. Michael.
You only have to be a registered voter in Massachusetts.
You could be any affiliation
as
long as you're registered.
Edward.
That's what I asked, yes.
Yeah, as long as you're a registered voter in Massachusetts. Oh, and if you feel strongly in favor of Johnson and you want to volunteer for the Libertarian Party, either for the signature drive or for something else, let me know. I'll hook you up. So I think that's enough about that, unless there are any questions. All right, so our speaker tonight, Loren Spivak, is somebody who I know very well because we've driven thousands of miles together around the country promoting our respective books. I remember once we went to Freedom Fest in Las Vegas, and we pulled up to the hotel, and like every hotel in Las Vegas, it's also a casino. And Loren said, "I'm shocked to see that there's gambling going on here." So he's a funny guy. I'm sure you'll see that in his speech tonight, and also in his talk tonight, and also in the books that he has. Please check those out. But he's also a great champion of liberty. He wrote one book, The Gorax. It's an environmental parody based on Dr. Seuss, starring Al Gore. So instead of the Lorax, it's the Gorax. And there's one verse towards the end of that, which is one of my favorites. What happens in the story is this once prosperous town is completely destroyed by the forces of statism and environmentalism. And towards the end, the narrator says, and I hope I get this right because I'm going by memory. He says, so I took a few stones from my factory lot and I spelled out a word that's worth more than I got. A word that means everything to those who have not, because freedom is worth it, whatever the cost. Ladies and gentlemen,